So the speech title for DTM Girish is Everything or Nothing. DTM Girish, Everything or Nothing, Everything or Nothing, DTM Girish. A big round of applause for him, everyone.
Thank you, Mohit. Attending a Zoom meeting, checking your WhatsApp, Facebook, typing emails, sipping your favorite drink, and even talking to someone on the phone all at the same time. Raise your hand if you think you have a prowess on this special talent called multitasking. I see most of you nodding, and those who are not, ironically, are actually busy doing something else right now. A very good morning, Toastmasters and dear guests. May I ask each one of you to give me your 100% attention. And trust me, next 7 minutes can change your life, increase your efficiency, and make you a productive person forever. So I need each one of you for next 7 minutes with 100% focus and undivided attention with me, as I share few learnings from my life which have increased my efficiency, my concentration, and the quality of my output. Are we ready? Super. Let's get started then. As per famous book author David Rock, who wrote Your Brain at Work, an average person checks his mobile phone 100 times in a single day. Incoming information can be addictive. Studies show that receiving information activates our brain's reward corner. Every time we get information, we get a chemical reward. That's why we check our devices 100 times a day. We don't even need to do that, but it feels good. We may find value in that information just 5 times a day, but 95 out of 100, we are only getting a chemical reward. It feels so good, but it's not making us smarter. It's probably making us less intelligent because our brains are noisier and more distracted. Switching frequently from one task to another is not healthy at all. And there is research which shows that it can even be very harmful for your brain, leading us to use our brains less effectively. Participants in a study carried out by University of London experienced IQ drops to the tune of 15 points when switching from one task to another frequently. Experiments published by famous researcher Dr. David Meyer shows that although switch costs may be relatively small, sometimes just a few tenths of a second per switch, they can add up to a large amount when people switch repeatedly back and forth between different tasks. Thus, multitasking may seem efficient on the surface, but actually takes more time in the end and involves more errors. Dr. Meyer confirmed that shifting between tasks can cost as much as 40% of someone's productivity. With multitasking, we feel we are doing everything, but actually we are doing nothing. So Toastmasters, it is time that you think of dropping this so-called skill from your CV and focus on focusing one task at a time. According to Forbes magazine, once you know how to avoid multitasking and become a better at working on one single project, you'll be surprised how much productivity levels can increase. So I've been a serial multitasker myself, and let me share my action plan, a simple 5 action point mantra which worked for me, and I'm sure it can work for you as well. So let's see. Point number 1, list down your priorities. Before you start your day, make a to-do list. Tasks that you need to finish during that day and put them in order of priority and try to stick to it. Point number 2, strengthen your focus. This is the most important thing, and something which really worked for me like a charm is a rule called 1-40-0 rule. One task, 40 minutes and 0% distraction. So during these 40 minutes, you focus only on one single task at hand. No water, no washroom, no phone, no family, no friends. You will be amazed how this increases your productivity enormously. You could start with 40, you could start with 20, and take it up to 60 or 90 depending on your own attention span, your concentration levels, and the kind of task being involved. Point number 3, schedule a time for distraction. Increase usage of WhatsApp, Facebook kills our day. It's rather good to have a single specific time or maybe a couple of times in a day that you would devote for all these distractions and not throughout the day. Point number 4, clean up your working area or your desk. It's very easy to get distracted when you have so many things lying around when you work. It's absolutely works like a charm if you stay focused and your desk is cleaner. Lastly, and definitely not the least, be aware of your habits. There will be times when you will break these rules, get back to your habits, and knowingly or unknowingly switch between tasks. The key is to be mindful and aware when such behavior kicks in. Make a log of such patterns and try to be better in future. Research proves that 40% of people who track such behavior actually get better in making these in reduction in the future. So these are the 5 hacks which have helped me transition from a multitasker to a focused tasker and hence made me much more productive. Let me just do a quick recall for everybody's benefit. Number 1, do a to-do list with priorities. Number 2, 1-40-0 rule for better focus. Number 3, a scheduled time for distractions. Number 4, clean up your desk area. Number 5, be mindful and aware of your habits. So Toastmasters, next time you're caught in the rut of multitasking and you're doing one thing, another thing, just remember, are you actually doing everything or are you doing nothing? With that, let me hand over the stage back to our TMOD. Thank you.
Wow.